Chapter 5, Capital Budgeting Techniques. Capital budgeting. Investors estimate the worth of new investment projects using capital budgeting. Payback period, internal rate of return, and net present value are the three methods of project selection that are most frequently used. Payback period. It helps to calculate how long would it take a business to generate enough cash flows to recoup in initial investment. IRR, the projected return on a project, is measured by its internal rate of return. If it exceeds the cost of capital, the project is good. Net present value. The net present value compares a project profitability against alternatives and is likely the most useful of the three techniques. Net present value. Net present value is used to evaluate the current worth of a future stream of payments from a company, project, or investment. You must predict the timing and size of future cash flows in order to determine net present value, and you must choose a discount rate that is equal to the minimum rate of return. Your cost of capital or the rewards offered by substitute investments with equivalent risk may be reflected in the discount rate. Positive net present value indicates that the rate of return on a project or investment will be higher than the discount rate. Net present value formula. If there is one cash flow from a project that will be paid 1 year from now, then the calculation of the net present value of the project is as follows. Net present value is equal to summation RI over divided by 1 plus R power n minus initial investment, where R is the estimated net cash flow for the first period, R is the required rate of return per period, and n is the life of the project in months, years, etc. Profitability index. The profitability index quantifies the allure of a project or investment. The present value of anticipated future cash flow is divided by the project's original investment to determine the present profitability index. A PI of at least 1.0 is considered to be a decent investment with a higher level indicating more alluring enterprise. Only projects with great PIs should be completed when there are capital limits and projects that cannot be done simultaneously. Profitability index formula. The profitability index can be computed using the following ratio. PI is equal to PV of future cash flows divided by initial investment. Payback period. The payback period is the time required to recoup the cost of an investment or amount of time required for an investor to break even. Longer payback times are unfavorable, whereas shorter paybacks make investments more appealing. Divide the investment amount by the yearly cash flow to determine the payback time. The payback period is a factor that account and fund managers considered when deciding whether to proceed with an investment. The payback periods disagreed for the time worth of money is one of its drawbacks. Payback period formula. Investors, financial experts, and businesses frequently utilize the payback time as a way to estimate investment return. It aids in calculating how it takes for an investment's original expenditures to be recouped. Before making any judgment, this statistics is helpful, especially when a quick assessment of a potential investment is required. You can figure out payback period by using the following formula. Payback period is equals to cost of investment divided by average annual cash flow. Internal rate of return. The predicted yearly rate of growth from an investment is known as internal rate of return. Similar to how net present value is determined, IRR, so by setting NPV to 0. The ultimate objective of IRR is to determine the rate of discount, which brings the initial net cash expenditure. Fourth, investment to the present value of the total of its initial nominal yearly cash inflows. IRR is the best tool for examining capital budgeting projects in order to comprehend and contrast probable annual rate of return over time. Internal rate of return may assist investors in calculating the investment of return of various assets. In addition to being utilized by businesses to choose which capital projects to deploy. Formula of IRR. 0 is equal to net present value summation T is equal to 1 CT divided by 1 plus IRR power T minus C naught, where CT is equal to net cash inflow during period T, C naught is equal to total initial investment cost, IRR is equal to internal rate of return, T is equal to number of time periods.